a lot of times, you know, with men being more feminine, it has a lot to do with, you know, the foods they eat. I know it sounds crazy. The foods they eating. It has to do with their environment, what they're consuming as far as in like media and just everything around them. I feel like it's deeper than just the roles being reversed. I feel like it's an agenda and a system that they want that to be what it is for a specific reason.
Why do you say food? I feel like you always lead stuff back to food.
Because food is very, very important. It's very important. I know you. I'm
like food leads to man being feminine. I agree with everything you said, but food, because I don't agree with that. I don't. I'm sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. But I'm gonna say why I say food. Welcome. It's your girl Connie, and we are back watching another episode of A Freed Mind, where it's not just on me, but it's in me. Today I have a wonderful guest.
Hi guys, my name is Jada.
Yes, Jada. So before we get started, do you want to tell everyone where to follow you at, like social medias, if you want them to or not?
Yes.
You.
Okay, so you guys can follow me on Instagram at jadabrishawn, JADABRISHAWN. And then my TikTok is Jada No Picket, and then it's the same for my Twitter with 4 T's.
Okay, I like that. Jada No Picket, don't play. I like that. That was clever. I like that one. So also, I always forget to tell y'all to make sure to like, comment, subscribe to the channel before we tap into this video. Okay, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, and tap in. Period.
Read comments.
Mm-hmm.
Share it.
Get your life right. So pretty much, me and you, Jada, we had a conversation off of camera.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, and we were talking about how, like, you know, sometimes things is like reversed in a way when it comes to today's modern world, where you know, men and women, and how just the essence of us as humans are like reversed and whatnot.
And how it has changed so much.
Yeah, and what's crazy is we didn't get to actually dive into the conversation, which I'm happy about, because now we can have the conversation here.
Yeah.
Because actually, it is like, it's my first time meeting another woman who actually feels that way.
Really?
Normally women that I talk to, they don't feel like it's that type of like a change, like a dynamic, as far as in the energy that we give off.
Are you talking to people that's in like our age group?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. You have?
Yeah. Well,
wow.
Yeah, I have.
Okay, so I'll say this, as far as in like, I've spoken to some who feel like, oh well, dudes act more feminine, right?
Mm-hmm.
I hear that a lot from women, but I never will hear a woman agree that women act more masculine.
Yes, I honestly think that even women act more masculine more than men act feminine. And I feel like men act so feminine, or women think men act so feminine, is because women act so masculine. Like just a little bit more. That's why they look at men like that.
Yeah, that's crazy. I definitely never even heard that either, because like, I don't know, I think like with women, we don't want to hear things about ourselves, and we don't want to be kind of accountable in a way of our actions. But I think that's very true, how we are extremely masculine. And I don't know, it's a little bit unfortunate that that's the way like the world has like went and whatnot. But yeah.
So when you say masculine, like what is some ways you think women nowadays are masculine, and then what is some ways that you think men nowadays are feminine? Like what would you say? Or like the big thing?
Okay, so what are like some like characteristics that they may possess?
Yes.
I'm gonna say women, a way that women may be more masculine is, women these days, they want to take care of me. They want to provide for me.
Yeah.
They want to be the sugar daddies, you know? And they want to also pay for relationships. And I say that by saying they want to do all of these, they want to provide all these things to men that will keep this man with them, because they've provided them with these different types of financial means to help support them, whatever it is they got going on, because for some reason they can't do it for themselves, right? Mm-hmm. So that right there is a way for women that I feel like women are a little bit masculine there. And then I feel like men are more feminine simply because they're okay with being in that position of being provided for.
Yeah.
They're okay with being taken care of.
Yeah.
As like they don't have the ambition and the willpower to get up and go work for real and to provide for themselves and possibly a family. They would rather receive everything from that opposite sex. I'm not saying that that's everybody, but you see it a lot more today than you would any other period of time. And since you asked me that, I want to know what you think.
I think men are feminine and like they don't have a backbone now. Like back in the day, I feel like most men, like older men, they were brought up on if a woman tries to give you anything, you know, like say no, don't take anything from a woman. Nowadays, I feel like they don't have a backbone and saying no, I don't want it. They just take. And I hate that, honestly, because some women are natural givers and they just give. Mm-hmm. You know, and I think women are more so masculine because they just want to be providers, just to say that they can do it on their own. You know, and the whole purpose of this is for a man to take care of you. Sad to say, it really is. So, like, when a woman wants to be the provider, it makes me look at her like, I don't know. I don't agree with a man staying at home and a man cleaning up and a man washing clothes. So I don't think the roles should be reversed, you know?
Yeah, I think, because you said something about, like, men, how they did not want to, like, take anything from women. Like, when I was growing up, my daddy, if I had, like, earned money from doing chores and anything like that, when I'm with my mother... she would always make me like use my money to like go buy stuff and pay for stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like if I wanted like a toy or something, she'd be like, "Where's your money at?" You know, I get with my dad and I try to do the same thing. He'd be like, "Girl, what you doing? Put that up," and he'll pay for whatever it was that I wanted to get. You know what I'm saying? So with that, it's like now it's gotten to the point that men are now wanting to go on dates paid for by women. They're like, oh, well, where's my gift at? Or, oh, where's this and that at for me? You know how like women had that attitude? Yeah. Like when we probably first, you know, get around each other, it's like, okay, well, where's this and that at? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Dudes, I almost call them the N-word. Dudes, they want like, they want their things. You know what I'm saying? They want their things like now. Like they're not trying to like wait for it or... I'm just like, what is this? What is going on?
They want to be catered to so much financially. It's scary. Because Valentine's Day, like I've heard people say Valentine's Day is for both genders, like now, recently. And it's just like, why would a day like that be for men? It's scary how men want to be catered to financially so much, like not physically, not, you know what I'm saying, emotionally. Like they don't care more so about a woman that's taking care of their needs emotionally. It's all about what you can do for me money-wise. Oh, she spent this much money. That's scary.
Yeah. So it's like men have adapted the mentality of women in the way of what are you going to provide to me in this relationship? Yeah. When it's like, that's not even, for one, that's not even my role to provide for you. And it's not even your role to receive. Your role to receive what I provide. Mm-hmm. Your role as a man is to receive what I provide as far as in me being a nurturer, a caretaker, or a healer, or, you know, things of that aspect of me being like in my feminine nature. Like, what are we talking about? I don't get it. I just don't know.
What are we talking about?
Like, no, for real. It's like, what?
Have you ever had the experience of feminine man?
Yes. Yeah. Yes. So, like, I'm not going to drop no names or nothing like that, but I used to have a friend. Like, we were really, really, really close friends. And looking back on it, I realized that I was extremely masculine. Like, I had my own place. That person didn't. But we were so close that we would just be with each other, like, in the presence of each other, and we'd be okay. Mm-hmm. And, you know how you can, like, be with somebody all the time. You ain't got to talk to them, but y'all can be in the same house, but different rooms. Like, we just always together. To where I looked back and I noticed, like, dang, I was extremely masculine in a relationship because whenever this person came to my home, I'm running everything. Don't touch the heat. Don't be doing shoot. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just nitpicking with everything. Cause I want everything to be like I want to be in control of everything. to where this person was just simply okay with following all those rules. Yes, as they should, because it's not their home. But they were okay with following all those rules, but then just being content with receiving everything that I had to give as being like the provider of my own home, having my own food. So like, just stuff like that. So I was like, wow, I was so masculine. I was masculine. And you know what? I'm not gonna talk no names, but my first episode I've ever done was with that person, and me and him actually talked about it on that first episode. Yep, and he said I was a real nigga.
So do you feel like he was being feminine because he didn't like stick up? Because you also said this was your home, but then it's just like you wanted him to be like, or you wanted him to have his own stuff, or did you want him to speak up and not like let you boss him around?
No, he could have had his own stuff, and then he could have been in control of that. Because you can't be in control of something that I paid for.
Yeah, like don't go trying to run shit. Yeah.
I feel like with a lot of women now, since we want to be providers and stuff like that, we want to have our own of things like that. It's like, if I'm paying for everything in a relationship, there's no way I'm going to allow you to lead the relationship or lead anything. Because, or even if I'm going 50-50, because that's what actually brought up the conversation. Right? If I'm going 50-50, why would I allow you to 100% lead this relationship if I'm actually, providing for this relationship 50-50?
Yeah.
That makes absolutely no sense.
50-50 as in like bills?
Yeah. 50,
so I would, I don't know, 50-50, I'm kind of biased about the situation because I feel like 50-50, like, okay, you pay all the big stuff, I pay all the little stuff, and I'll still let you lead. But it's just like, when I'm paying majority of stuff more than you, I feel like, I don't have respect for you. I feel like as a man, you're supposed to, provide and stuff like that. So 50-50, I'm kind of like biased. I really feel like it depends on the situation. But I am a woman and I do want to be taken care of. So it's just like, like I want to allow 50-50 out the gate.
Mm-hmm.
But,
I think it's different when it's like different relationships, like you have, being in a relationship, dating, and then marriage or whatever.
Yeah.
Not in that order, but you have those different types of relationships where it's like if you're just dating somebody, I don't expect you to pay nothing. That's just me. If I say I'm dating you, that means I'm dating multiple people. So I don't expect you to pay nothing for me. If we're in a relationship and we're living together, then I'm gonna expect you to pay some stuff for sure. You're gonna be paying majority, right? But then if I'm married, I'm not paying. No, I'm not. And I keep saying this, but eventually I say this so much, people gonna know me, okay? I am not going to go 50-50, not 50-50 in a marriage because I want to allow my husband to lead the relationship. So like you said, I just will naturally not have no respect for you if I'm providing. And I feel like once you hit marriage, that's like the last step. So it's like, I'm not about to do that. Like, I'm not going 50-50. Okay, I'm just not doing it. I just feel like it's different in the different types of relationships you have. If we're in a relationship but we're even really living separately, I'm not gonna say I expect you to pay all my bills. It would be nice though. It would be nice if you pay something, to help me here and there. And that's what me saying that I've already been able to take care of myself on my own. You should see that in me to know that if you do help me, it's not going to be something that's going to be taken for granted or I'm just using you. It's something where, hold on, I might just need help, with this little situation.
I have a question because back when I was single, I used to get irritated when I was dating or talking to people and they didn't like spend money or like do certain things. Do you get irritated? Because like I don't expect anything, but it's just like when somebody doesn't want to do, it makes me like not want to talk to you.
So when you said when dating or being single,
like you're just dating and talking to people.
I feel like it gets to a certain point in time of dating and talking to a specific person. Like at some point in time, it's like, okay, if you're not paying for things, for one, off bat, if you want to date me, it's because you want to pursue me. So you're going to spend some money doing something. Exactly. If I've never been in a situation where I pursued a man. I've never been there to where it's like, that's just weird. I don't know. I've honestly never been that type. So just off that, you're going to do that. But as far as in like how far we get into a relationship is going to determine how much more will I maybe expect from you when things go south. And I'm not the type to like be like, oh, I need this, this, and this, and this. I'm the type that if I get into a situation where I cannot do it, are you gonna be able to help me? Yeah. Are you the type to be able to help me? Because I don't necessarily care for you to come in and then we'll be dating for like 6 months and you're paying for everything. No, if I get into situations where I need help, are you gonna be able to help me? If you don't, then for one, we're not gonna get that far. I'm gonna be able to see that within you by you just simply doing small things. If you can't even do something small for me, close like to the beginning, then I already know that you're not gonna be able to help me with nothing big. Like if my car go out or something, you know what I'm saying? Are you gonna be able to help me get it fixed or give me rides to work? You know what I'm saying? Like just something.
Yeah.
So it's like I agree. But girl, I feel like I'm getting interviewed right now.
Girl, I was getting that vibe when I was like, because I don't know. I feel like you so like open minded, and like you're not that much older than me, but you older than me. And it's like I have so many questions. I feel like you so like, you know, like you have so many answers and stuff. And I feel like you're so wise. Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Thank you.
Oh God.
But you know what? Okay, so back to the topic at hand, right? Where things are like reversed and whatnot. Why do you think it is like everything's so reversed? Okay, before you answer that, I will say that I feel like a lot of times, you know, with men being more feminine, it has a lot to do with, you know, the foods they eat. I don't know, it sounds crazy. The foods they eating. It has to do with their environment, what they're consuming as far as in like media and just everything around them. I feel like it's deeper than just the roles being reversed. I feel like it's an agenda and a system that they want that to be what it is for a specific reason.
Why do you say food? I feel like you always lead stuff back to food.
Because food is very, very important. It's very important. I know you. I'm
like food leads to man being feminine. I agree with everything you said, but food, because I don't agree with that. I don't. I'm sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. I'm gonna say why I say food. Food because certain foods have I won't say they have estrogen in them, but it's something within certain foods that will hype up your estrogen levels. With humans, we all have testosterone and estrogen in us. Right, so some foods will hype up your estrogen levels, and that's just like something you can look up. And so if a man is if we're eating a lot of these processed foods and things like that, a lot of men are actually losing testosterone because of their estrogen levels being spiked up by the certain foods that they eat. So it's just something you can look up. I'm just saying. I'm not here to convince you. I'm just saying. But okay. Do you agree with the fact that there may be an agenda a little bit?
Yeah, I do. I feel like, I don't know. I feel like men, I don't want to say men, because I feel like we keep saying men, but I feel like men really will provide. So I'm going to just say boys.
There you go.
I feel like boys do have an agenda when it comes to this.
So I'm not necessarily saying men or women have this agenda. I'm saying people who are in certain types of power that we don't know about, or that we don't see on on a different level. That they may have the powers to do certain things to infiltrate themselves into our community, right? To make things be what it is.
Yeah.
So not necessarily saying us or men, boys, but
boys for sure.
A certain group of people. A certain group.
Yeah.
I think it's deep. I think it's an agenda.
I think it's an agenda too. They want to be in the dress. That's what I feel at this point. Like, yeah, they want to be housewives.
Yeah, I think sometimes like it's a different culture that they want to find any and every type of way to come in and destroy the family dynamic as far as in our culture. And I think that they've done a great job at doing that.
Yeah,
for
I
sure.
Think so too.
But I feel like with knowing that there is an agenda, it comes to a point of I'm not gonna say one gender, male or female, needs to be the first to step up. I feel like with knowing that, it's like, okay, we need to step up as a whole and not necessarily point fingers, because I think sometimes that we will point fingers and be like, oh, well, men, they need to start doing, or they need to start providing so that we can be in our feminine energy. Or men to be like, oh, well, women need to just simply be submissive and be feminine, and then we'll start providing. No, if we just start, being in our natural energies, then it will eventually come back together. But I think that has something to do with being accountable of where it is that you may go wrong and where it is that I may go wrong. To say, hey, okay, I'm wrong in this area. Let me work on that with my, partner, so then we can, grow together in a way of, instead of it being like, oh, we just always at each other's necks, because we will always be each other's necks when we're operating in the wrong energy.
Yeah. I do feel like, I do point fingers because I do feel like men are supposed to lead, so I feel like men need to take that step. Like, I can't be submissive to you when you're not providing. So I feel like men should just provide. And I'm pointing fingers. I feel like they should make the first move. In all seriousness, because I feel like a woman will be able to be feminine if a man just provide off that. If you're being feminine and I'm providing, like, how, how am I supposed to switch if you're not going to take over that for me?
I can agree with that. I still do agree with I agree with what you said, but I also agree with what I said too. So it's like, I want to be the devil's advocate real quick, right? So say if all men just started providing, right, and then we still have some women who they don't have the right intentions. So with all men starting to provide, you got some women who will intentionally use that to their benefit, and they don't necessarily go into the energy of being more feminine because they don't have the intentions to actually be that for that man. They just want to use them.
And I feel like that's a problem with our generation a lot. Like, I think that these women are being like this because they're just happy to say they have a man. They have someone in the household. And that's why they're accepting the bare minimum like this, which is crazy. And I ain't gonna say it's crazy, but it's sad.
Crazy.
It's crazy, but it's everywhere. Like, I know one person. I know you know at least one person who's like,
yeah, I know, we know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's just like, it's sad, honestly. Like, I feel like you shouldn't allow a man to come into your household and be like this just to say you have a man, because you be by yourself.
Yeah, and that's where I was saying that women will sometimes pay for relationships. They will buy a penis. That's the thing.
True. If you want to buy a penis, cool.
That's not cool, because you buying a penis is you buying the relationship. I'm not saying just buying intercourse.
That's what I'm saying. You're gonna buy intercourse, that's cool. But when you want to buy a relationship, that's just doing too much.
That's what I'm saying though. But yeah, no. When I say buy penis, I don't mean to buy intercourse. I'm saying they're buying a at-home penis to be there in the relationship, just there, because they want to say they have that type of a man or something. And I like to look at things on a deeper level. I like to ask why. Why is this happening? What is the reason for this? And I came to the conclusion that, and it's real, when you want to buy a relationship as a woman, you're willing to provide for this man, be the masculine and the feminine in this relationship for this man. You're willing to be that. It is because you have a certain lack of self-love and self-worthiness. And it's deep because it's like women will have that where they lack that, and they're not conscious of it. Like they may feel it, but they're not conscious of oh yeah, I don't love myself. Like people be like, oh, I love myself all the time, but really within their actions, you really don't. Like what you do on a consistent basis tells me that you don't love yourself. There could be, it's a scale of how much love you may or may not have. And